everyone, this is Mrs. Thomas, and I'm going to be doing a recording here on how to find your reading guides. There are actually two ways to find your reading guides for the course. The first thing I want to explain, however, is that reading guides normally aren't graded for credit, but if you submit two lesson reading guides in a unit, as you'll see here in Unit 1, you can submit them for extra credit into the Dropbox. Okay, so the Unit 1 extra credit Dropbox, or for any of the units, you can submit two reading guides for credit. Now, please keep in mind that not all of your reading guides, you won't be able to type on all of them. Some of them you can, some of them you can't. It depends on how K-12 formatted it in the course. If you can't type on it, you can do several things. You can print it off and write your answers on it while you read, then scan it and submit it to me in the Dropbox as a scanned file. Or you are welcome to open up a Word document and just number down, for example, if it had 10 questions, number from 1 to 10 and write your responses on the reading guide. And I'll have a reading guide in front of me to know what you're looking at. Okay, so there are a couple of ways to do the reading guide even if you cannot type on it. Okay, now locating your reading guide. What you want to do, the easiest way to go about it is at the start of a unit, click on your Unit Resources tab and then click on the word Materials. Once you click on Materials, you're going to see a list of your lessons for that unit come up. And if you scroll down, you'll see the lessons that are provided. Some of them have a reading guide. Okay, most of them do. Once you see the reading guide, you want to click on that and download it to your computer and save it in a reading guide folder, probably organized by unit. Okay, so you can have a general reading guide folder and within it create a folder for each unit that you have. Now, you guys won't have a lesson answer key. This is the teacher view, and that's why you're seeing that. But you will be able to download any of the reading guides from any of the lessons in Unit 1, Unit 2, so on and so forth as you go down. This is the easiest way to do it because it's all in one location for you, and you don't have to click through the individual lessons. The other way that you can do it is by going into the lesson itself. For example, in the lesson Worlds Meet, you can open it up. And then you're going to advance through the slides. The first slide is always your goals for the lesson slide. The second slide is always your daily checklist where you find out what pages you have to read, if you have to do a reading guide, and what other tasks need to be done for this lesson. And then you'll usually find your reading guide on the third slide under Materials. Okay, I don't think I've ever seen it on a different slide. It's always underneath Materials. Okay, so you can do it by lesson, or you can use the Unit Resources Guide area. If you have any other questions regarding your reading guide, please let me know. They are very important. Even though they're only available as extra credit, they are considered what I call support assignments. And support assignments really help you do something with the information while you're reading. If we aren't active learners, we're passive learners, and that means we don't do anything with the information while we're learning. You're a lot more likely to forget what you've just learned if you don't try to do something with it or have a purpose for reading. So you might find yourself in a position where you have to reread and you study and look at the information, but if you don't do anything with it, you could end up doing very poorly on a quiz or a test. So please take the advice of not only myself, but of many other successful students in U.S. history who have always suggested using the reading guide. And if you're doing them, make sure you're getting your extra credit. Okay? Contact me with any questions at all.